There we go. Good morning, everyone. Well, that felt like a teacher. I'll just give it a few minutes to get to 1/4 past. I am drinking my coffee, slowly waking up still. I feel like Instagram, I might have you slightly wonky. I feel like we look like we're on a ship or something. So I'm just going to see if I can. This is slightly changing. Is that less like we're on a ship? Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, amazing. I really look like I'm in my pajamas today. So we've made it through. It's Friday. We have got all the way through the week. Well done, everyone. Pat on the back. So we'll give it another minute or two. I think we're about 1/4 past. Yeah, something like that. I'm definitely going to be on the coffee all day, I think. It's very warm last night. So I might need to shut my window perhaps for you, is it? It's a little bit bright, isn't it? We'll see how we get on. And windy. I'll just close that window. There we go. That's better. That's better. Amazing. So it's just going to be our sort of 20-minute stretch or so just to help us wake up in the morning. That's what we're going to go for today. And I reckon we'll get going. I reckon we're pretty much there. So just onto the floor for me, on your mat if you're nearby, but anywhere you can be is fab. I'll have one last swig of coffee to see if all the words come to my brain. No guarantee. So seated nice and tall for me. And we'll just start by taking that first big deep breath all the way down to the belly. As you breathe in, feel the belly expand. And as you breathe out, just feel it relax. And we'll take our 3 breaths to tune in there. So bringing the hands down to the sides, take a nice big inhale to float all the way up, nice and tall. Easy exhale out the mouth. Brings the hands down to the chest. We'll just plug the thumbs into the heartbeat. Find that nice, easy rhythm. And we'll do the same thing 2 more times. Big inhale floats you up. Easy exhale softens you back down. And one last time. Big inhale. Easy exhale. And while we have the thumbs on the heartbeat, it's a good time just to scan through the body and just notice how it feels. Maybe that's just the temperature of the skin, the connection you have to the ground. And we'll draw that attention towards the breath without changing it too much, just noticing if it's maybe high in the chest, maybe it's a little lower in the belly. See if it's quick or slow. And finally, the mind. Just want you to notice how you feel right this moment. Whenever you feel ready to, we can start to bring the hands down to the knees, and we'll just start with a few gentle stretches for the neck just to wake that area up. So sitting up as tall as you can, take a big inhale, turn your head all the way over to one side just to stretch into the neck. And then as you exhale all the way over to the other side, almost seeing if you can look over your shoulder. Big inhale takes you back, just breathing down into the belly. And that exhale will soften you over again. A few more just the same. Might feel good to close the eyes as you go. Just soften your gaze. Very gently in your own time, we're just going to bring the head back to the center. Let's now try and start to stretch down the side of our neck now. This is a good stretch to do in the morning, especially if you might have slept a little bit wonky. So again, sitting up as tall as you can for me, start to relax your head over to one side. So we're trying to bring that ear down towards the shoulder without pushing the shoulder up, trying to let it relax down. You should feel the stretch moving down the other side of your neck. Now, there's a few things we can do just to deepen the stretch, get it in the right place. If you just tilt your chin up, so you're looking right out in front, you should feel that stretch a little bit more. As you breathe into it, if you want to deepen the stretch, you place your hand on the top of your head and just apply a very gentle amount of pressure, still keeping the chin up. Then you can feel that stretch a little bit more. And then the last thing we can do is just walk our free hand away. You'll notice I've got very short arms, so the fingertips are just on the ground. But it's just going to move that stretch in towards your shoulder as well. So it's a really nice stretch to go for. I'm going to take 2 breaths there for me. So breathing down to the belly, and as you exhale, just try and ease into it. Very slowly, we can start to release the top hand. Bring the other hand over to the knee. As you inhale, lift the head up, and then take a little moment in the middle just to wiggle around. And we'll move on to the other side. So gently bring the head down, relaxing the shoulder, starting to feel the stretch in the other side. Keep your chin up just to get that right spot. If this is enough, just to stretch it here, just keep it here. If you wanted to take the stretch a little bit further, we can place a hand on top of the head. We can walk the other hand just a little further away. 2 breaths again for me. Okay. Slowly start to release the top hand. Bring the other hand in. Inhale, lift the head up. And I just want you to draw 3 big circles going backwards. So you can really move your arms around here, make it nice and big. Don't worry about any clicking, any little grind you get. And then we're going to take it the other way. So I'm going to roll my shoulders back. This is the clunky way for me. 3 times. Clunk, clunk, clunk. Good. Once we've gone there, just have a little wiggle around, and then we're going to start to come onto our knees and take our cat-cows on our knees today. So gently roll yourself over to one side and then come onto your knees. So I'll stay sort of in the middle of my mat. There we go. So I'm going to bring myself onto those feet, bottom onto my feet. If you did want to stretch your feet in particular today, then you can always take the stretch on your toes and come up a little bit higher. I just find this is one of the deepest stretches for me. My feet are not a good place. So I find this really, really tight, but it is a good one for me to practice. So you can always come up here. If it gets a little bit much, just come down again. So we're going to take our cat-cows. Our cat-cows normally are in box pose, and it's those stretches in the spine where we go one way and the other. So we can do them in this position. Just makes it feel a little different. We're going to place the hands onto the tops of the legs. So we'll start by going into our cow pose. So I want you to draw your hands in towards you. Push your elbows back. Lift your chest. Feel the stretch as you push your bottom out, and then release your head and look all the way up. So we've got a nice curl of the spine happening there. Then as you exhale, we'll take this into cat. So I'm going to slide my hands down my knees, push myself from my belly button, from my waist, all the way backwards and look down. So I'm pushing those shoulders forwards and getting that big stretch there. So we're going to do that 2 more times. So as you inhale, lift up, go into cow. And then as you exhale, curl it round. One more just like that. So inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Good. Find your neutral spine for me, and then we're going to take a few little wiggles. You're going to have a little boogie this morning. So I want you to think about circling your waist, moving your hips, generally having a wiggle around, Friday morning wiggle around. Get the arms involved, you can get really into it. And then I want you to roll the other way. So wiggle it around. Good. Come back towards the center, and then we'll come up for our down dog just to start to stretch those legs. So walk your hands down all the way up to the top of your mat, curl the toes, and then take that nice big inhale to lift up. You can keep a bend in those knees. We can just start to stretch the legs out. We have been in that kneeling position for a while and seated, so it might take a little while just for them to wake up. That's fine. If it feels good, try taking them out to the width of your mat. Really lean back there, get the stretch in the back of the legs. If it feels good, bend those knees and then come up. We can go for a little one leg at a time. You lean over, bend one knee, come up, and then do the same thing on the other side. So just whatever feels good. We're going to bring our feet a little closer together and then lift and lower 3 times to your tiptoes. So take a big inhale, lift up towards your tiptoes. And then as you exhale, soften back down. Get your clicks out. 2 more the same. So big inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Big inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Good. Slowly start to walk up to the top of your mat for your forward fold for me. So start to bend those knees. Walk yourself up. Take your time. Once you're there, feet hip distance apart. Remember those 2 fists between your big toes. Knees nice and soft here. And we'll take a little gentle ragdoll. So hands to opposite elbows. Relax your head down. Relax the shoulders, the arms. Give your head that little shake. Take a nice big deep inhale. As you exhale, relaxing those hands down. Coming into just a gentle twist. So bring your right hand to the outside of the left ankle. Inhale the left hand all the way up to the ceiling, looking up if you can, and then exhale back down. Same thing on the other side. So big crossover, inhale, lift up, and then exhale back down. Bend those knees, inhale, roll up to stand, squeeze the tummy as you go. Head's the last thing up. Big exhale once you get there. We can bring our feet just a little bit closer together for mountain pose. Hands out to the side. Take a big breath in to lift all the way up. On that exhale, if it feels good, gentle back bend for me, nice and small. Inhale up to the top. Exhale, swan dive down. So hands to shoulders, then stick your bum out. Come down with your nice flat back for me. We're going to come into our plank pose from here. So you can put some space between your feet, ground the hands down, send one leg back, and then send your other leg back. Try and keep your bum low and just have a little wiggle around. Find your little plank pose for me. Good. From there, just to build a bit of energy to wake us up, 3 times we're going to touch our knees towards the ground. So I want you to bend your knees, see if you can pop the ground and then push back up. Good. 2 more. So slowly bring it down. Just pop the ground and back up. Good. Last one. All the way down. And up. Good. Come all the way down onto your legs. Release your knees. Uncurl your toes. Come into a little up dog for me. A little cobra. That woke me up. Little wiggle side to side, starting to look over that shoulder. Feel a bit like a caterpillar, just rolling over, looking over the shoulder, and then the other one. And then we're going to come up and down just for a little cobra 3 times. So try and keep those elbows tucked in as you gently roll down. Come onto your belly. Hands right by the chest if that feels good. If you want a bit more space in the back, hands to the top of your mat, which you can't see, but I'm up at the top. So wherever you feel most comfortable, trying to keep the elbows tucked in, look forward, inhale, gently roll up just to the spot that feels good for your back. Give yourself a little wiggle once you're there, ease into it. Maybe take the feet out a little wider just to help you deepen in towards your lumbar spine. And then as you exhale, tuck those elbows, slowly come down. Good. 2 more just the same. So we inhale, roll it up. Nice and slow. Little wiggle around once we're there. Maybe look forward or even a little up. On your exhale, gently come down. Last one for me. Big inhale rolls you up. Little wiggle. Take a big inhale. Exhale gently brings you down. And then just take yourself back to child's pose for me. So bring your feet together. Inhale up to the knees. And then exhale, send you back. Either bringing the forehead down, the chin down, the chest down. See where it feels best today. Slowly start to lift your head, look forward. We're going to walk those hands back in. So we're coming on towards our knees one last time. And then we're going to move back to seated pose where we started, just to tune out. So lean all your weight to one side, sweep your feet over, and then just come back to your seated pose. Creaky floorboard. Amazing. So just settle in, get nice and comfy there. Just obviously have to have a little bit of coffee in between. Okay. And then we'll take those 3 breaths. So bring the hands down to your sides. Take a nice big inhale, lift up. Easy exhale out the mouth. Brings the hands down to the chest. You just plug the thumbs into the heartbeat. Find that nice, easy rhythm. 2 more times, just the same. Big inhale floats you up. Easy exhale softens you back down. And one last time. Big inhale. Easy exhale. And while we have the thumbs on the heartbeat, it's a good time just to scan through the body again and just notice how it feels. You can then draw that attention towards the breath without changing it at all, just noticing how it feels. And finally, the mind. I just want you to notice how you feel right this moment. And namaste. Thank you very, very much for joining me. I hope you have a really lovely Friday and bank holiday weekend. I can tell my neighbours have had a good time because I can hear them putting all their wine bottles in a bin. It's my favourite part of a Friday morning. So yes, have a lovely it is a bank holiday weekend. God, it's all a bit sketchy, isn't it? Pretty sure it is. And I will be back probably usual classes next week, but I shall let you know. It's all going to start getting busy again. So yes, so I shall let you know what's going to happen. But yes, I hope you enjoyed it this morning. I shall slowly turn you all off. And I shall come and turn you